You guys are live.
All right, good evening and welcome to a brand new edition of the Sooner Limited Modified Series radio show. Boy, that just rolls off your tongue like a 69 Coupe de Ville about to smash into a Prius, doesn't it?
Yeah, here we go.
All right, well, let's start right off. Let's start the show off, Steve, with going ahead and addressing the elephant in the room. Yes, we had to change our name. We run into a trademark issue with a national series, and they shut down our Facebook page and pretty much asked us to stop. And so rather than going to a lengthy and expensive battle that we probably would have lost anyway, Steve made the decision to just change the name of the series and the show and everything, and we will reboot as the Sooner Limited Modified Series and go on down the road. So with that out of the way, good evening, Steve.
Good evening.
And welcome.
Yeah, it was good to be back on the show again. I'm glad to be closer to the race season, and can't wait to see what we got in the books for the year.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's so close I can feel it.
Yeah, 9 days exactly.
I wish it would stop raining.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, well, we got to. It already caused a closure for the weekend out there at Red Dirt. We'll talk about that with Cody here in a bit, but, you know, it's already interrupted the racing season, even if it's not us.
Yeah, we don't need to anymore. You know, it's been dry all winter, and all of a sudden it decides to start up right when during racing season.
Of course.
That's something else for us, I guess.
Yep.
So, yeah, next week we got the Spring Nationals coming up, and can't wait to see all the guys and get all the cars out. I know a few of the guys are at Humboldt tonight. I want to wish them best of luck. They're at the Battle of the Bull Ring. And as soon as they get done with that, they're going to get back to Oklahoma and then switch all the gears around and get ready to go to Red Dirt for the Spring Nationals, the first annual Spring Nationals, and the first race of the year for us.
This is going to be a big event, I think, for them, for both the Sport Limited Modified Series and for Red Dirt.
Yeah, I believe we're going to have a good crowd and pretty good. Well, you know, we're going to have a lot of cars in the pits, and I've been working my tail off and trying to get everything, trying to make sure we keep everything full. That's what I want. I want the pits full, and I want the stands to be full with these guys.
Right.
Speaking of getting filled up, we still have 3 more laps left for the lap sponsors. $100 per lap. Use your business. You can use your personal name. You can use your wife's name. You can use, you know, in memory of somebody or whatever. Like I said, just contact me on Facebook, or you can call me on my cell phone, 405-436-2088. And I can get you hooked up for those 3 more laps if you have any interest in sponsoring for the series for next Sunday's race.
Yeah, I'd like to see us. It would be great if we could sell those 3 laps tonight here on the radio show. If you are interested in sponsoring one of those laps for $100 and you want to call us here on the radio show, that number is 518-952-2944, and we'd be more than glad to hook you up with one of those last 3 laps. Let's get all these laps sold up. I know that I bought a lap in memory of my mom. And I know that Richie bought a lap, and there's a lot of people out there. I mean, there's how many laps, Steve, total?
We have 30 laps total.
30-lap race. So 27, you know, people have stepped up and helped us out, and we really, really appreciate it. I know it's a big deal for the series. It's a big deal for the drivers. And what it is in the event that you hadn't heard somewhere already is we're sponsoring laps for $100 a lap. The leader of that lap on Sunday will take home that $100, whether they end up being the winner or not. They're still going to get $100 for leading that lap. Now, if you get real lucky and lead all the laps, how much is that thing going to pay, Steve?
$1,000 to win Sunday. And you got 30 laps. That's another $3,000. Now, here's a good bonus one. If you win Saturday night, $500 a win. If you win Sunday, $1,000 a win. You get an extra bonus for winning both nights. It's another $1,000. So if you lead every lap Sunday, if you win Saturday, and you get the bonus, you get lap sponsor, and you end up getting, bringing up $5,500.
Not bad for a couple nights' work.
No, it's not. Another bonus for Saturday, halfway mark for $100 if you lead halfway mark on Saturday. Well, and on top of that, we have 41 Shocks. They're going to be giving away gift certificates for stock packages. Got one Sunday night as well. Both races start at 4 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. Then Saturday night we'll also have a pit party that night as well. So after the races, everybody want to come and join us in the pits and hang out and talk to the drivers. And never been to the races before, so it's a chance to meet all the drivers and introduce yourself. Let everybody know how you experienced your first time ever been to the races.
Right. That sounds like a good time right there.
Yeah, I think we're going to have
sounds like a big weekend.
It's going to be a really big weekend. We're going to be really busy, and it's going to be really, I think we're going to have a good time. So after we get done with that weekend, we will be off for a couple of weeks, then we go back to Enid. That is April 4th, I believe. I got to back check myself.
April 7th?
April 7th.
April 7th, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back at Enid for our April 7th. And they're having a spring national. So we got spring nationals in March for Red Dirt Raceway, and then we'll go to Enid Speedway, and we're going to have another spring nationals for over there. We're going to have a lot of big events coming up, and we're going to be pretty busy for a couple weeks in April. Then we'll have a little bit of off time, then we'll be back busy again. Yeah, we got 3 weeks in a row for 3 weeks in a row in April. But yeah, we got Saturday and Sunday next week. Then we'll have a little break between, about a month between. Then we'll go back to it and let it rock and roll.
Down to Super Bowl on the next weekend.
Yeah, down to Super Bowl next weekend. First time ever being out of state.
I look forward to that one. Well, that's a great way to kick off the season for the limited modified series. 3 great races back to back, or pretty much back to back. A little bit of traveling in between. Could be a fun deal for everybody.
Yeah. I want to mention. I want to thank all the sponsors and I want to thank all my drivers and all my fans, everybody that has supported me the last couple of days. I know the change is always different for people, and I do want to thank everybody that understanding everything, all the promoters, all just everybody. They all been great, and all understood everything. And I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to back down any. I want to. This makes me want to grow a little stronger and keep pushing our series and make it even bigger. But I also want to thank all of our sponsors that are supporting us this year. I want to thank FB Designs. I want to thank Knockout Graphics, Hoosier Racing Tire, Smiley's Racing Products, Show and Feel Headers, Bulletproof Products, Donco Plumbing, Total Custom Carbs, 41 Shocks, Steve's Auto Machine, High Tech Tackle, and Images ×2. Just to let everybody know, they're going to be following us around with trying to take all the pictures from this. So please support all their pictures and make sure you get a couple over the weekend. And just really to support all of our sponsors. Everybody, if it wasn't for these guys, we wouldn't be where we are right now. And it's really good to have them around.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beneficial to support the people that support racing.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's not even just like Donco Plumbing. He has, obviously he races cars, but he's, as far as his business has nothing to do with racing, but he's still supporting racing. And just everybody pitches in together, and we all make a great show. So this year, I am currently working on getting everything ready for the upcoming year for the top 10, and I'm going to work my tail off, make sure we have a nice point fund this year. Last year wasn't quite great as I want it to be, but next year I will. This season I will make it so much better, and I have not slowed down any to make the series as smaller. I want to keep on making it bigger, and I think as it grows, I think everything else will grow with it.
I think you're right. I think it's going to just keep growing and getting bigger and bigger. It's found a life of its own, and it's only headed one way. So.
So I think we're having a little bit of audio issue. If people can go to Dirt Track Racing Network on YouTube, if there's any problems with theirs, they can go to Dirt Track Racing Networks on YouTube. And if there's any audio issues, you might give that a try. I just want to give that out to everybody to let everybody know what's going on. Not really. We did a little test run today, didn't have any problems, and lo and behold, it was start having a show and starts acting up, right?
Right.
But I think as far as our drivers, man, this is probably the best I've ever seen of people getting registered for this year. I'm trying to remember what we had. I think we I know Don was one of the last ones that registered. And I believe we're up to 36 drivers that's registered so far.
That's not bad for pre-register.
I'm gonna go
we all know the way drivers procrastinate and want to do everything the last minute. So 36 pre-registered isn't bad at all.
Yeah, we got 36 pre-registered. Just to let everybody know, if you go online with the Sooner LimitedModifiedSeries.com. If you go over there online, you can actually go over there and register, and I will post a link on the website or the Facebook as well. It does not cost anything to register this year. I dropped the registration. I did raise the entry fee up to $25, but I wanted to drop the registration fee. But just kind of giving everybody a heads up. I'm not just trying to push everybody to, hurry up and get it done now, but I'm just letting everybody know it's a lot easier when you go do it now than you're at the racetrack trying to fill all the paperwork out, and it speeds up the show. So the faster we get done, the more hot laps these guys get. I'm sure a lot of these guys want to get hot laps. And and I will be up there next Friday night. We are having practice. I believe every car will get one free pit pass to go. And if they want to go get some laps next Friday, got to get the cobwebs knocked out. Everybody wants to get some laps in. So just giving everybody a heads up, I will be over there. If you want to go ahead and register at the track, I will be there. I can help you get you registered either online or on a paper or whatever. But if there's any problems you need, if you want to register, if there's any problems you have, let me know and I'll help you out. So what else you got going on? I know been doing some indoor racing.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to go this weekend, but now I can thanks to the rain. There'll be races at the OK Corral in Hara this weekend. Indoor races, karts and motorcycles and micro sprints.
Yeah, you get got a full show then.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you,
pretty good racing too. Them kids get real serious out there. It's darn good stuff.
It is a little odd for me to say we won't be going kart racing.
Right.
I have had a lot of people going out and going kart racing, and I'm used to going, and that's not happening anymore. But it's going to be cool. And got my son, got him a car now, and he's going to be joining up with us. I know he's got me a lot of work to do because it seems like every time he comes over there, he's tearing more stuff off the car instead of putting stuff on. But Pop, which is my dad,
right?
He has been telling my son to get what needs to be done, and I think that has a big part of it.
Yeah. Doing some supervising?
Yeah. Yeah, he has.
That's good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He's been around it just a little bit.
Yeah.
I know he's been busy trying to get everybody's stuff done for next week. I know David Gibbons, he's going to be driving in the car again. And I think they got all the parts they needed to get the rear end finished so they can get the right gear and stuff for next weekend. So they haven't actually been to Red Dirt since they changed the track. And I know David's been really excited about racing this year, and he's been really excited about going to Red Dirt. And I know probably a lot of it is just being back on the track.
Right. Right.
Everybody's ready to get back on the track.
Yep. Winter's over.
Yeah.
It's racing time. So is it still going to be the 00?
David?
Yeah. Or is he going to be driving his car?
I think he's going to be driving
his numbers.
Well, we haven't really got down to that, to be honest with you. I think he might be 00, and I think I might put Caleb 00 Jr. I haven't really decided what we're going to do on that. We thought about changing his number to 99, like David's always been. But
right, David's always been the 99. Yeah.
But to be honest with you, we've been more worried about getting the car ready and not even worried
right,
about the
numbers. Than what the numbers are going to be. I hear you.
Yeah. And I actually went over last weekend, and I know David was working on the car, and Dad was working on the car. I think Dad was working on the rocker arms, getting it ready, and Dave was over working on the rear end. So,
well, we've been having the days to be working on the car for sure. I mean, there've been some nice days lately. Yeah,
most definitely. As a matter of fact, Caleb's car is sitting outside under the canopy, and it's actually been pretty nice. I've been out there with a T-shirt working on the car, so
yeah,
it makes it nice when you get to go out and work on with T-shirts on.
Right.
I know a few other guys is still hard at it, and I know a few of them still got their bodies off, and they ain't got the motor in theirs, or
right. It's thrash time right now for everybody, you know.
I know a couple of people are going to be out of town and not get back in town until Thursday night, and they're going to try to cram it all, get it all ready to go Thursday night so they can go practice Friday night. Well,
they're going to be working from midnight oil.
You got, we quit racing, October.
Right.
And, it doesn't seem like, it seems like a long time, but it's not.
It isn't. You're right.
It just seemed like, okay, well, I got a few months. The next thing you know, it was like,
right.
Oh, I got a few days.
Yep. You look up, the calendar's already turned over, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's races next weekend.
And then the
we ain't done nothing.
Funny thing is, it goes just as bad as promoter side too.
Right.
I think honestly, I work harder in the wintertime than I do in the summertime. Something I've learned throughout the winter. So,
well, there's definitely a lot for you going on during the winter between trying to find the schedule for the next year, talking to promoters and talking to drivers and, going over any changes you might want to make to the way things are done and, stuff like that.
Speaking of drive, I think we had like 10 or I can't really remember how many we have. We have quite a few new drivers this year. I want to welcome them to the series, and I want to thank them for joining us. And I hope they have a good year with us, and wish them all the best luck. And a lot of those drivers are a lot of rookies this year. I think we just had a couple of rookies last year, but we got quite a few rookies this year.
That'll be good. That'll make an interesting Rookie of the Year chase.
We have a chase for the championship. We'll also have the chase for all the rookies too. So
yeah.
We'll have a really great evening or great season, and I know a lot of guys that never even jumped in the sport mod, and now they're jumping into it. Or I'm sorry, I said it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Limited modified, has never been in one, and it's a pretty big transition from one car to a different. I know for a fact, and I'm going to tell these guys that's never done it before and never been in one of these cars. When I was racing street stock, okay, it's not going to be that big a deal. Well, yeah, it is a big deal. The car's lighter. The car don't have 10-inch wheels. You got 8-inch wheels. And the horsepower, I mean, you got a little less horsepower, but with the weight being less, and your suspension is not as good as your street stock that I had, it's a pretty big transition. And I know not to do things like I've done. So I'm warning you right now, if the car feels great, don't go try to go in hard as you can on turn 3. Trust me, it don't work. I don't care how long you've raced, it doesn't work.
Right.
I got videos to prove that one.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it really is a big transition for a lot of these guys, and I know I know a lot of guys worry, but just get out there and have fun. That's all it's about, man. I tell my son every time he goes out and race, good luck and have fun. I'll see you when you get back.
Have fun. That's it. That's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. If you're not doing that, you're in the wrong deal.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because we're not in this to get rich.
No, we're definitely not in it to get rich. So, You're going to be having company here in a couple of weeks on spring break, I guess?
Yeah. I get the kid be coming back home again, and we'll get to do some racing together or going around traveling the tracks together.
Yeah. Get to have a little fun with it, huh?
Yeah.
So another thing I don't know if a lot of people haven't heard or not, but I'm going to have Jim Culp. He's going to be helping me with tech this year, and can't thank him enough to step up and do that. I know he's kind of in my situation. I quit racing so I can do this, and I know on his deal he quit. I know he's trying to sell his car so he can be the tech, help out with tech. And I want to thank him, and also Chris Smith is going to be joining us as well. I know he's going to be working at Red Dirt on top of that, but Chris has been a lot of help, and I know I've asked him a few questions throughout the winter time and suggestions, and I always love when I talk to him because he always says, and I'm pretty sure you probably heard it, you can do what you want to do, but this is what I would do. But he always says, do what you want to do.
Right.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
But this is what I would do.
But this is what I do. So in other words, you better go do it.
And you have to listen to him because he's been around a lot and he knows what he's doing.
He's been around. He knows the stuff. So it's great having him along, and it's great having you back.
Yeah, I'll be pretty much full time with the limited modified series this year as the announcer. That'll be nice.
Right. I know I got a little bit of fill in and help. I've asked Damien to kind of pitch in a little bit if he had any time.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Damien being on the team, him and I are going to split up doing the work out there at Enid this year too, so that'll be fun. And then,
right.
He's going to cover for me on a couple of your events when I have to be somewhere else with the Center Late Model Series.
Yeah, and you're going to be still with the modifieds too this year, right?
Yeah, that's right. All of the races for the modifieds this year will be at Enid, so I'll be the announcer full time there for that too. So I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah. Well, it's about 2 minutes for break time.
Yep.
By the way, if anybody want to call in, we got a little break at 7:30 tonight. You can sure call in 518-952-2944. You can talk about your car and talk about the season and talk about all your plans this year. If you want to call in, you're more than welcome to.
Yep. 518-952-2944. I think almost everybody's got free long distance nowadays with a cell phone, so just dial her up, and we can talk about anything. We can talk about your dirty laundry. We can talk about why your old lady hates you or anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to start calling these guys out that I know they're listening right now because I got a few new drivers, and Brian Tanner's one of them. Don't be scared to call in. I've got Jack. He's also on, so I've been watching these guys, and I'm sure they got. I've been seeing some of their cars already this year. I apologize that it's not on the screen that I plan on doing. But everything else we had changes this week. We kind of had to, rush through a lot of this stuff. So there's a lot of things that didn't get done. But next week, I'll promise I will put your car on this show. So, like I said, don't be shy. You can call in and talk about it. Talk about what you got going on. Michael, if I've seen you just got in, if you want to, if anybody wants to call in, they're more than welcome to. Jonathan, I've seen he's actually coming back this year. He had one race last year, and he's gonna race a lot more this year. Well, you want to go ahead and take a break?
Yeah, we're right about commercial time, so we'll go ahead and go to commercial, and we'll be back after the break with the Sooner Limited Modified Series radio show.
I'm Smiley Sid. I want to give just a couple ideas about Smiley's racing products. What we have in the sprint car line. We have roughly 75 different lines. Everything you need for your sprint car. But the most important thing you have is somebody that can help you with your problems. I solve problems all day, every day. We've got the parts you need to get going again, and the advice you need not to buy the wrong parts. Don't buy your parts online. Call and talk to a real person that does this all day, every day. I talk to more people in the industry on a daily basis. I talk about vendors, manufacturers, end users, team owners, and everything than anybody in the country. And we'll continue to do that. That's how we got where we are. I've been doing this almost 60 years. I've done this with everybody in the industry, and there's not anybody in the industry that I can't call today and find out about their latest stuff and what they're doing. Don't forget, for sprint car needs, call Smiley. You can call me and reach me directly anytime. We'll be looking forward to your call.
All right, welcome back.
All right, so welcome back to the Sooner Limited Modified Series radio show. And hopefully you just got to hear a commercial for Smiley's Racing Products. Smiley's one of the sponsors for the Sooner Limited Modified Series radio show and for the series. So do we have a guest, Steve?
Yeah, Cody, he's supposed to be calling in. I know he just. I just texted him. He said he just got off a grass fire, so he might give him a couple minutes. And he said he'd call in. Speaking of which, Cody asked, "What's the fastest track you ever raced?" I'm going to say probably Ena's been the fastest track I ever raced at. I don't know. I like to hear what everybody else's fastest tracks they've been to.
I'd like to hear that too.
That'd be really interesting to hear from a lot of people. But I've raced before. Cody. I raced over at Meeker before Cody taking over, and that's always been a fun little track to run on. I've kind of kicking myself in the butt because I haven't got to try it yet since Cody's taken over. But I will say that there will be a day that I will go back out there. But I haven't. It might be. Somebody might need to help their son give a little boost.
Right. Yeah, I hear you.
We won't mention when or how or what, but it will. Right. We may say it may happen.
Yeah.
Jack said Slime has been one of his fastest tracks.
That would be a fast track. I've only ran at Meeker back in the old days when it was Lincoln County, so I don't really have a frame of reference to talk about much, unfortunately.
Right. No, I've been to a few tracks. I've been running out. I've been to Clinton. I don't know if you remember Clinton or not.
Yep.
Back then, when I raced Clinton, it was a mini stock. Of course, I felt like.
Now, was it there where the at the dump?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What a genius idea. What an absolutely genius idea of a use of land.
Down, you can use it, right?
Right. That's just, I've always applauded that idea, and it's sad that track is closed now.
Right.
But I'll tell you, another track that looks pretty fast is Ardmore.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never. Honestly, I've never been there. I've drove by there, but I've never been there. It's going to be interesting to see all the tracks that we're going to be going on this year, and
Yeah,
to see how everybody changes to every track.
Yep.
I think that's going to be really cool.
How they adapt. That's going to be the key word this year. Is how do you adapt?
Yeah.
And I think we've got enough of a mixture in there that it's not going to be for some guys it's been kind of like a hometown advantage at certain tracks, but that's not going to be there anymore because we've got enough different tracks mixed in.
Yeah. So, who's ever called in or not? Really heard, but Damien said he's wanting to call in too. Yeah. Get a hold of Cody and see. But I actually thought I was going to have another caller earlier today, and he must got tied up with something. No, earlier he told me that his phone broke.
Uh-oh.
So we all been down that road.
Yep.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hey.
What's going on?
It's Cody. I've been on here for a second, but do you guys hear all that background noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a rooster's got a chicken in the corn going to town. That's what
I was thinking it would sound like popcorn popping, but yeah, I kind of get the rooster thing.
You see what I'm saying? It sounds like he's just going to town trying to make more chicken.
You're killing me.
How's
it going, man?
Distracts me
Good.
sometimes.
How are you guys?
Doing great. Ready for race season.
Yeah. Almost on us. So I thought we were going to get one in this weekend, and all the rain and the moisture from last week, and then again this week put us behind, and we got more rain out there than we know what to do with. Hopefully we can get out there this weekend and start getting the place dried out and get a couple projects finished up and have it ready for you guys for the Spring Nationals next weekend.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we're all pumped up about it, and I know my drivers are too.
I keep cringing every time I hear these people saying, "Oh, we need the rain, we need the rain," and I'm like, "No, we don't need the rain. You people may need it, but we don't need it. We can do without it. Thank you."
I keep cringing every time I feel like that chicken's getting violated. That thing's getting worse.
Right.
I think we've got an open mic somewhere in the probably, and I don't know where it's at. So I don't know what that is. It's not on my end. I know that. That's horrible.
Yeah. They thought it was because I was on speakerphone, but I turned it off speakerphone and still hadn't fixed it.
You can't hear it on the Facebook Live. You can only hear it when you call
in.
Good.
So, that's good. We'll keep the chicken choking to just us.
Yeah, for everybody listening on the phone, when you call in. So maybe you ought to call in because you can hear this chicken get violated.
There you go. There's a good reason to call in right here. 518-952-2944. Listen to call in and hear the chicken being violated live on the air.
It's pretty bad. Anyway, you guys got a lot of stuff going on with the Sooner Limited Modified Series this year. What you guys excited to get going next week, and then what do you got going on after that?
Well, after we get going after next week, which, like I say, that's probably, I'm really pumped about that, and I do appreciate everything that you have done for us. And after that, we're going to go jump over to Enid for April 7th. Then we'll go back. Then we'll go to Texas right after that. Then we'll go to Elk City. So we got a pretty nice schedule this year. We got a total of 19 races.
Cool.
So
just a heads up on the May 18th, the Fallen Hero 50, Patriot Dodge out of Chandler signed back on sponsor that show. Last year I was chasing my tail and we were late getting sponsors rounded up, and we already worked that deal out and worked it out today, and they're on board, and glad to have Patriot Dodge back on board to sponsor the Fallen Hero 50. And
that's great.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good group of guys over there, and some of their guys help out at the racetrack, and last year they donated that they donated that pickup to the sheriff's office, Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, and we, you know, at the same time we had the old racing sheriff Charlie Daughtery out there. It was a cool event last year. We're hoping to build on it this year, and glad to have the Sooner Limited Modified Series back on board with that. Should be a cool deal, but we do got a lot of good racing, especially next weekend at Spring Nationals to get going on before we get to the Fallen Hero 50.
Yeah, speaking of which, you know, we're not the only ones going to be there that weekend.
Yeah.
You're going to have the debut of the Hornets next weekend too.
Yeah, it's a Hornet debut. I know we got 3 or 4 of those already put together. That deal, it's vital we get that class going, but I know it's going to be a little bit slow getting off the ground. But as soon as we get 2 or 3 or 4 of those guys out there having fun, swapping spots, and people can figure out they can go race and put a race car together for less than $1,000, I think we'll get some more people on board. And I think that could be our biggest class in a short amount of time. You know, by the end of the year, I would hope that we have 10 or 12, 15 of them, and going into next year, it'd be awesome if we had 20 of those things out there every week. And you know, you could put a whole fleet of those together for what it costs. You know, for just one sport mod or a pure stock even. I mean, all the race cars came so far, and you know, you got to spend to keep up with the next guy. And we do a lot of things to try to keep costs down, but they're expensive race cars. And that Hornet deal, that's a cool deal. You know, the goal is not to be able to do anything other than make it safe and go race the hell out of it and have some fun, maybe drink some beer afterwards. So.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal, I think. Like you said, I would not be surprised to see it triple by the end of the year as far as, you know, from 4 to 12 or 20, you know.
Yeah, hell, David Dukins put one of those together.
Right.
We'll see. I'm thinking he may go right around that track. I don't know. I'm not sure if he knows how to get around that racetrack or not.
I think he'll probably have his camera.
He's got high hopes. We'll see how it goes.
I've talked to David.
Seeing some flashing in his car.
Yeah,
you know what he's doing, right?
Taking pictures and who knows. He contacted me and we put a post out. We're looking for a social media person and for the racetrack, and that's not to do social media during the week. It's for Red Dirt Raceway, but it's mainly to do it during the races. Hannah, your daughter Hannah, last year helped us a little bit on that. She's gone to college and can't make it there much, but we're really wanting to engage on social media and we're wanting to get on Instagram and keep up with the Facebook and the Twitter deal and expand on Twitter. And I don't know if you guys have ever watched like USAC, the USAC series, and they have Georgia Henberry, and she does a hell of a job with that. That's kind of what we're looking, something like that. But we put that post out there and said, hey, we're looking for social media, and Stu he hollered out, he texted me and said, hey, I can do the social media. I said, well, you can't race, take pictures, video, and do social media. And be a husband, a dad, and everything else. And
oh, my God. The overachiever.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He is.
Yeah.
So speaking of things I'm wanting, bringing up stuff like that, next week I've actually talked to Richie about this, you know, with the DTRN, with the Dirt Track Racing Network. I was kind of suggested or talked about or whatever you want to call it, that we hook up my phone or the computer or wherever to the mic to the announcer somehow, and maybe we can go live like this, but it'll be have all the audio live of the races. So I don't know. You sound like that's maybe a good deal, or kind of maybe everybody hears. You know, if they didn't come Saturday night, you know, to come out and watch, maybe they're like, hey, man, this sounds like this pretty cool deal. We come out there Sunday night and watch it.
I'm open to it. A lot of promoters, track owners are worried. They don't like people doing Facebook Live. They don't like people doing updates. They don't like the pay-per-view broadcast, you know, like Speed Shift TV and Racing Boys does at the Chili Bowl. A lot of promoters feel like, you know, if we do that, then people will feel like they can watch it at home and not come to the racetrack. And I think that's not seeing the forest for the trees. I think in today's age, we got to utilize every avenue possible to try to get people to the racetrack. And
absolutely.
And to tell them about what we're doing, because a lot of them can't get to the racetrack. We did, you know, that we promote a USAC midget show up in Nebraska the last couple of years, and Speed Shift did it last year, and I kind of touched base with them on that and said, hey, what have you seen here? How does that work? And they said, honestly, if somebody's going to go to the racetrack, they're going to go to the racetrack. What we can do is, by doing this, is we can tell, by having a pay-per-view broadcast, is we can reach people that wouldn't normally be at the racetrack. If you're going to go, you're not going to stay at home and watch it on TV or on the internet or listen to it. If you have the option to go, you're going to go. I mean, there's nothing, you cannot replace the in-person live experience of horsepower and mud and beer and all that stuff. And if we do a good job at the track, putting that show on, you cannot replace it. You can never experience it on TV like that. And so he said, what you get is the people that couldn't get off work in time, the people that couldn't afford gas money to get there, the people that maybe couldn't afford to get their family in, but they can buy it for $20 on TV and or on pay-per-view. And he said, you're not losing anybody necessarily. You're just reaching more people than you ever would have if you didn't do it. And I think it's ridiculous not to do that stuff, not to offer it, not to engage in it, not to, we got to do everything in our power, whether, me as a track owner or as a racer, or you guys as announcers or as, series promoters or whatever our position is. We got to promote racing, no matter if it's stock cars, modified motorcycles, sprint cars. It don't matter. We got to do our best. And I really think, I don't know what you guys think, but we got an opportunity right now. NASCAR's taking a nosedive. They're not doing too well. IndyCar died a long time ago, and sprint cars, late models, midgets are popular right now on dirt. I mean, there's a big audience looking at it, and a lot thanks to the Chili Bowl, which happens just down the road from us. But there's a lot of eyes on what we do, and it's our time to either win it or lose it by screwing it up. So we all better come together and figure this deal out and work together. So.
You're absolutely right, Cody. And imagine, NASCAR is kind of taking a back seat now, but imagine back in the day, back in the 60s, 70s, when they first went on live television, if they hadn't taken that step, if they'd said, oh my God, if we go on live television, we'll never get any more people to come to the racetrack. Imagine where they'd be now. Well, they certainly wouldn't have, millions and millions of fans filling up their seats every week when they were in the height of their popularity, had they not embraced network television,
Yeah.
had they taken that old school philosophy like that. I mean, you're just, like you said, you're just exposing yourself to a larger audience, and the bigger audience that we can get, the better. And to ignore social media, which is one of probably the biggest thing going on right now for everybody. I don't care if you're 6 or 60, in some way or another, you're being touched by social media. Everybody's on Facebook. Everybody's got internet access. My 70-something-year-old aunt has Facebook. My young daughter has Facebook. Everybody, everybody's out there. It's a huge, huge audience, and to not take advantage of it is just silly. It's just crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know. You didn't really ask for my opinion, but NASCAR was growing and growing, and it got a little bit too commercialized. And then they started getting all the Jeff Gordon polished boys that don't drink beer in public type guys, and that don't say a cuss word ever. We lost the Dale Earnhardts and the Cale Yarboroughs and the Bobby Allisons and Pearsons and all those guys, and we started taking a dump. And after that, and right now, I mean, heck, just this next week we got a battle royale brewing between old Jeff Roselle and Jared Beard. I mean, who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We may have to get the sheriffs involved, split those guys up. You got the defending Sooner Limited Modified Series champion, and you got the guy that won the most races at Red Dirt Raceway. They're going to go head to head, and it seems like they got a little bad blood here recently. So I think that may be worth the price of admission right there.
Right, and I think we're going to have a huge car count for you. I think you're going to have one of those good problems where you have way too many cars. So. I hope you do.
Hell, we may have to have a grudge race between those two guys.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
I haven't seen a grudge race in 20 years.
Right. So next week, I'm hoping Cody's going to be on. What's taking so long? We'll say, I got so many cars.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'll be kicking somebody in the tail trying to get the thing moving along.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I cuss about on the headsets when we're dragging ass, getting stuff going.
Yeah. What's taking so long? What's taking so long?
What drivers are you expecting next weekend?
Man, I've got I talked to Brandon Keeney. He said he'll be there. Actually, I just talked to him today, and he's headed to Humboldt right now. Or he's not headed to Humboldt. He is at Humboldt now. And talked to him. He said he'd be there. Don Reed said he'd be there. Jimmy Wright, he'll also be there. And then we got Christopher Wilhite be there. And I mean, the list keeps on going. I know Tanner Ridge talked about being there. I mean, I can go on all night talking about people.
Yeah.
I know we got some new guys coming out too. I talked to a guy this week at work that he's got a car he's bringing out Saturday night. Looking forward to getting in there with us. So.
Yeah. Jack Fondren, I believe he's going to be there next week. I talked to Brennan Gritz earlier, and he actually works at the dealership, so it's hard for him to take off on Saturday nights. But he's going to be there, and I'm sure you probably heard this name before, Larry. Todd Decker will be back.
Todd Decker, yeah, absolutely.
So we got a lot of guys. Like I said, I could be here all night, sit there and talking about all the good names and stuff. And this is going to be. Last year was hard with the drivers, because we got a pretty good tough crowd, and I think this year is going to be even tougher. And that's what I wanted. I want us to be I want everybody to say, we're coming to town and we better have our game face on because they're coming to our track. So I want people to be worried.
Well, I asked a question earlier about what the fastest track you ever been on, and I was late getting here as I was on Grassfire, and I didn't get to hear all of it because I was trying to figure out what rooster was screwing what chicken in the background. But I love the big tracks. I've raced for a lot of years, and I love the big tracks. But there's nothing that replaces a short track like Red Dirt Raceway as far as teaching you how to race. Now, you can go fast on the big tracks, you can win, but you learn how to race on bull ring. And
I totally agree with that.
I put our local crop of guys against anybody in the state or anybody in this part of the country. And as far as who's going to win those senior shows at the track this year, especially next weekend at Spring Nationals, I think it'd be cool to get whoever wins that Humboldt deal that's going on. They got a hell of a car count up there. Maybe get top couple of cars up there to come down next week. And Ardmore, I think, got a race sometime next week, but maybe after they get done doing their deal, they can get the winner over there, and we can have a true battle of the best on Sunday afternoon at Red Deer Raceway on March 11th.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm excited for it. I know, like some of these guys that you were talking about at Humboldt, I could probably think of 5 or 6 of the drivers from the series are at Humboldt right now, and I believe, they're going to be pumped up and ready to go.
Yeah,
and I can't wait to see all. They already got some laps in, so now they're going to have their game face on.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a big show, I guarantee you that. But that much money on the line, and the car counts the way it's going to be, and like we said earlier, the limited modifieds aren't the only thing on the show, Cody. You got a full show planned.
Yeah, we got the Sooner Limited Modifieds. We got mini stocks. We got our pure stocks, which is always a hell of a show. We got.
I was just going to say, you guys got probably one of the best pure stock shows in the state, and I think it's going to grow this year. I think you're going to add some new cars out there, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, those guys put on a hell of a show every week, and they race each other tough, and they're pretty competitive. Sometimes we get tempers flying, and that's kind of part of it. But but they're competitive and they want to win and they get after it. So we got those guys. Then we got the Sharp Mini late models coming down from up east of Tulsa. I think they're going to bring a decent crop down. And the dwarf guys called me tonight. They said, "Hey, can we come run?" I said, "You can come run. I love the dwarf cars. Those are cool little cars."
Dwarf cars are cool. They are.
Yeah. So I think we'll have a heck of a car count and you know, over all the classes. And I think it looks like pretty good weather in the long range forecast. You guys will see some of the improvements we've been making out the racetrack. We've been just chipping away at it over the winter and the spring already, and we got more improvements to go. So, yeah, it'll be a hell of a show.
So we're looking forward to it. I know our driver's looking forward to it, and Steve's looking forward to it.
Yep. Don't forget we got a practice on Friday night, March 9th from 6 to 9. Each driver will get a pit pass voucher. You either get in free that night, or I'll give you a voucher to get in free the next night, whichever one you want to do. So, anyway, you guys come out and get some practice in, and you don't have to be racing that weekend to come out and practice. You can bring some sprint car, you can have a micro, you can do whatever you want. Come out, get some laps on Friday night. Maybe
sounds like a great deal.
We may even have some of those street tacos fired up on Friday night.
Uh-oh.
Well, those are pretty good stuff.
I was going to say, folks, if you've never been out there and had any of those street tacos, it doesn't make your tongue slap your face.
Most important thing is the beer going to be cold.
Slapping that chicken in the background.
Most important thing is the beer going to be cold.
Oh, yeah, beer's always
yeah.
cold.
Beer's always
right.
cold.
Yeah. And then we got a little pit party after the race on Saturday night. So we'll probably drink a few cold beers and maybe build a little campfire and tell a few lies. Maybe that's where the good stories come from.
Yeah. Well, I know everybody's looking forward to it. And Cody, I want to thank you for being on the show again. It's always a pleasure to have you on. You're always welcome to call in anytime you want. Maybe we can get that chicken done being violated back there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we need to record this phone, and that way we can play it for everybody else
it's
here.
Funny, the Facebook people are going to be going, what are they talking about? It's not, yeah.
You guys ever been to Ishin's bar up there in Okarche?
Oh, yeah.
You know the Ishin's, where they have the fried chicken. You ever seen the T-shirt they got? You ever read it? It says, to get a better piece of chicken, you'd have to be a rooster. I don't know. Hopefully there's no kids listening, but because I always say, man, they can't sell that T-shirt to a kid, but it's pretty funny.
I mean, I don't have to go back to get the shirt because I never even paid attention to that.
Yeah, right.
I'm
thanks again, Cody.
Always head down and elbows up when I'm going over there
right.
and drinking the beer.
Really appreciate you being on the show. Cody Brewer from Red Dirt Raceway out in Meeker, Oklahoma, folks. Get out there and see the races. There's going to be a huge spring national events out there the 10th and 11th of March. If you don't know where that is, it's 14 miles north of Shawnee, Oklahoma on Highway 18. It's approximately 16 miles, I believe, south of Chandler on Highway 18. www.reddirtraceway.com is the website. If you want to check it out and see their schedule, it's up on there, and they've got some pictures and stuff up on there, and you can check them out. It's a great place to go racing, a great place to go watch the race. Take the kids out there. You can turn them loose. They're safe out there, and it's a great family environment. And we always have a great time out there at Red Dirt Raceway. We really appreciate Cody being on with us.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Cody. Well,
all right, Steve. Well, I think we've about choked our chicken for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. The things we do on the radio. Oh, it's been a pleasure. Why don't you take us out with thanking our sponsors again, and we'll do this again in another after 2 weeks, whatever. Next week, whenever it is, we're going to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest, we hadn't even talked about that, have we?
Yeah, we had.
We're probably being next week, since we're going to be a busy week, we may just take next week off, and then we'll talk about
come back after the spring nationals. Yeah.
And But anyway, yeah. But as far as our sponsors, please take care of these sponsors. These guys are great to us, and they just support us. They support they support the tracks, and it's really good to have these people around. FB Designs, Knockout Graphics, Hoosier Tire, Smiley's Racing Products, Schoenfield Headers, Bulletproof Products, Donco Plumbing, Total Custom Carbs and Dyno, 41 Shocks, Steve's Auto Machine, High Tech Tackle, and Images X2. Thank you guys so much for all your support. And I do want to thank everybody for your all support this week. I know it's been kind of a hectic week, but hey, we'll get it resolved. Got it resolved. We ain't getting it resolved. We got it resolved, and moving forward, we are going to keep growing.
All right. Thanks to Dirt Track Racing Network for giving us this time to be on and to have a show. So for another week, that's a Thursday edition of the Sooner Limited Modified Series radio show with your hosts, Larry Carr and Steve Slater. And we're going to say good night.
Good night, everybody.